What's up, guys? So it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, about a week or so, and I've had a couple ideas as to what I think I want to do. And recently, people have been making color tier lists. So today, I figured, why not make a video out of it, and maybe I can give a little more of an in-depth look as to why I think, X color is better than Y color. And just keep in mind, though, that this is my opinion. But I am curious to see what you guys think is the best color, how wrong you think I am or how right you think I am in the comments below. So make sure to let me know. And yeah, so first color, I will have to say we're going to start at S tier. So I think the S tier, honestly, it can be tough because I think S tier would definitely... And I'm going to have, these aren't going to be in really no specific order, right? So home team is a color that looks great in just about every character and every situation. There's not really a time where home team, looks off or anything of the sort. So just Caspian, let's just run through this, some skins he has. This is, I guess, a little worse, but this is good. Normal looks great. Plague Knight looks really solid. Harlequin looks really strong. In All City as well. So if we go just to Rayman, and I guess I don't have it. Okay, anyways, let's go to Zariel. That looks fantastic. Barraza, another character. That looks great. Good. Awesome. So, yeah, you guys kind of get my point, as home team just seems to look great on just about every single character. So the next color that I would to say would be an S. Honestly, I think it would have to be black. Black is just such... It does its job on every single skin. One person that uses black on just about everything is Boomy. He has a classic. If we get to it. Diana, this is something he likes to use, and I can't blame him. It looks fantastic. But then on other skins as well, if you just look, it's like it looks great on every Diana skin. I mean, let's just throw black on this, and yeah, like that's actually really, really nice. I might have to get it myself. But let's go back to Caspian. Awesome, and all the others look great. One more. Let's look at Thor. How does Thor look with black? Now that's really, really sick. So yeah, black's just one of those colors like home team that looks great on just about every single character. There's not really any character that looks that bad in black. So I personally don't think that this should be in S tier. Just because I feel like it does the same job. It's black. It's black's counterpart. It's white. So we're going to go ahead and put it in A. This is the only one, and really this is a big one that I think people might disagree with me on. I love using the white color on just about all my legends. If you see me in tournament, that's usually what I'm using. Now, what really, really sells me about white is... Now, it doesn't have, the flashiness of black or of home team. Let's look up home team again. So, I don't have home team on this character either. Okay, home team. So that looks great, right? The red accents the blackish gray and the gold. And then with black, like this just looks awesome. You have the red and the black. That's just a nice little touch for that. But with white, which I use on like Dust, for example, if you just compare the two, there's really... It's not really that detailed. Now, the old white color in Brawlhalla, what was really interesting about it was that it was like white and yellowish, I think, white and like gold, which personally I've seen a couple screenshots of it. I wasn't playing when that was a thing, but I kind of wish I was, because it did really look cool. And I think if it still was like that, I'd definitely put white in S. But what really makes white pop out to me is that the visibility is just... It's crazy. You're never gonna be unsure if you have a jump, which granted, you really shouldn't be worrying about that anyways if you're good enough. But like it just makes the character so much easier to see, and that's what really sticks out to me. Just it's pretty neutral. Vow, it's classic. What else? Taros, even Taros, like, it honestly doesn't look that bad to me. Okay, so the next one that I've seen some people pick and say that it is one of the best and also one of the worst is Goldforge. Now, Goldforge is weird because I think there are some characters that look absolutely fantastic in Goldforge. Here's an example. Goldforge God King Taros looks great. Let's check out Ragnar. So Ragnar like this looks awesome. There's just some characters it really works for. Let's just see if we can find an example where Goldforge doesn't really work that well. That looks great. Looks okay. Maybe a little too yellow for Cross. Let's find one more. One that might really not look that great. Yeah, I guess on the honestly, Zulskins, some of the coloring. This is more like a character dependent thing. Like on Zol, I definitely wouldn't say Goldforge looks that great. So here's the example where Goldforge might not look that good, and this looks great. Yeah, overall, like, Goldforge is pretty solid, but it does have some lows. So then, you know, I have Goldforge there. Well, right after, I would have to say that Skyforge, it has to be an A tier as well, because it basically does the same thing. It's just the prerequisite to get Goldforged. And it's just not, it doesn't pop as much. Like, here's a good one. Like, this Skyforge Wipeout Nyx looks really clean. But when you put it to Goldforge, it gets a little, it just pops out a little too much. Whereas this is more subtle and it looks really clean. Same thing can be said probably with like this Mirage. Not as bad, but definitely if you want a lot more of blue in your loadout, then Skyforge is probably the best way to go. Okay, so after Skyforged, probably the last one in A will have to be Community Colors. Now, Community Colors, here's the thing with them. If you are a new player and you have no seasonal colors, you don't have Halloween, you don't have Heatwave, Valentine's, Lucky Clover, or the Skyforged, you really want Community Colors. And honestly, like, after giving this a little bit of thought, I kind of understand why. Because if you don't have any of these special colors, Community Colors aren't really that bad. I mean, they're just overall better. They're not as just plain as each of the original colors. And it's like, okay, I don't have anything else, so might as well use Community Colors. So that's what really earns their spot, is that first of all, they're a classic, and second, that if you don't have any of the special colors, like the holiday ones or Goldforge or Skyforge, then these are really valuable to you. Okay, so after this, we're going to be going down into B tier. Now, B tier, I feel like, is where we start to fall into where some colors begin to have some really good looks, and then others can kind of be, I guess, it can be iffy in my opinion. And granted, obviously this is my opinion again, so don't get too butthurt about where I put what. So I have to say, in no particular order, let's just go ahead and drop them. And this one mainly just because I like it. Red definitely goes there. The OG color goes there. And yeah, I think that's about what makes up B tier. I'll just run them through a couple characters. I'll give them a whole rundown, then I'll kind of showcase them. But Lucky Clover. Now, Lucky Clover, like I said, with all the B tier, it has some really, really good looks on certain skins, and then it's just not that great on others. And the same can really be said for the rest of them. If I actually had to kind of order this list, I'd probably say that the one that has the highest peaks and maybe some of the lower lows has to be the Mountain Dew colors. Now, I think that Mountain Dew colors, I don't really use them that much. I do have them on all the characters, but the thing is that if I want to use them, so let's just showcase some of the colors. So if I want to use Mountain Dew colors, now like this looks really cool, but I'm just not that much of a lime green and like grayish black fan. Now I can understand why people really, really like it because it goes well. Let's see how it looks in Wipeout Nyx. This is okay. You know, it's all right, but compared to like, let's compare it to like Skyforged and Goldforged. Like honestly, now I said like Goldforged might be too vibrant, but it's almost like this one can be too dull at times, even with that lime green kind of popping out. But it definitely still is a pretty solid color. Now the next one, like I said, Lucky Clover. On some characters it has really, really high highs, but then on others it's not that great. Barraza is one that I'd say, aside from maybe this skin, I don't think, you know, it does him justice in colors. Let's check out Asuri. Yeah, Asuri, this looks alright, gives that a kind of alien vibe. Looks okay. Maybe a little too much green. That lime green hood really kind of just pops out, and I'm not really too much of a fan. That looks fine. Let's see, Cassidy. Yeah, it's just the green. The green's it's a little too much green, and I'm not really that big of a fan of it. Now, if you're someone into green, I can understand why. But moving on, let's show Ragnar some of the colors. Winter Holiday. This looks pretty darn solid, if I had to say so. Base Ragnar looks pretty good. Yeah, Winter Holiday is just one of those colors. It's another color I like to swap out if I'm not using white. I like to use it on Val. And what I really like about it with the hard suit is that, I guess like the other skins as well, and on most characters, it makes the hair white, and it's just kind of a cool touch. I think everything's balanced, whereas on some colors, like, you can have too much of one color and then too little of another. So that's what kind of puts Winter Holiday in the B tier. So the next, actually, let's stay with Hardsuit Val, because this kind of shows the point. Now, the Haunting color, this one, objectively, I don't really like, subjectively, my bad. I don't really like that much, but the thing is, I know some people really, really like this on some characters. It looks really, really good, but for me personally, like, I just can't, especially on like characters I play, right? Because that's when you're going to be seeing these colors the most. You're going to be on your main, so it's like you're obviously going to be, it's going to look better on certain characters than others, and so people are obviously going to be able to form certain opinions. But yeah, like on Hardsuit Val, like, it just doesn't look that great, honestly. Whereas, you know, like Winter Holiday, to me, it's not as dreary and drab, and the orange hair is kind of weird in my opinion. And that goes for like a lot of the characters. Like the orange hair, that looks a little better, but I'm just not really that much of a fan. So next would be Red. Now, there's not really too much to say. Red is red, and personally, I really like red. It's probably one of my favorite colors as far as the base ones go. And so that kind of puts it in the B tier. It's definitely the best unlockable color. When I say unlockable, I mean the ones that, like, excluding white and black and all the holiday colors, the ones that you get as you like level up. This is definitely, it's the last one you get but it's definitely worth the wait because on just about every character, I mean, for me, like, red just looks, I think if I had to choose like a base color to go with, it would be red all the way because it does this job. I mean, they're red, but it's just really, really good in my opinion. And then last, the Valentine's Day colors. Now, this one, to me, I kind of like the like whitish pink and the red that's incorporated into it. But again, I can 100% see why people absolutely don't like it. So, like on Azoth, like I can understand why people don't like it. But for me, I don't know. Like, this doesn't look that awful to me. Even like this doesn't look. Maybe this is a little too much. The red might be a little too bright, and the white might look a little funky here and there. But it's not horrible. It is definitely, though, one of the worst like special event colors for sure, in my opinion. Okay, so this brings us down to C tier. Now, C tier's gonna have pink and let's think about this one. I might want to add one more color. No, honestly, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, pink and magenta, I believe that one is. Both, again, earnable colors through just getting XP. Now, when I have these colors in, I have them in C, I guess that means, like, they do their job, and that's really that. So, if you look, let's get magenta. Let's go to pink. So pink, I mean, same thing as red. I won't run through other characters, but then magenta as well. It gives a little nice little touch with the couple other colors like the purplish, or it's sunset. My bad, it's sunset, not magenta. But yeah, it gives a little more flair than maybe like pink or red, because it's not really just one color. It has, you know, the goldenish hair. It has the pink on it. It has the purple. So that's why I have that these two at C tier. And then that pushes us down into the D tier. Now, honestly, D tier are ones that I really, you're just never going to catch me using. I would probably say you're not going to catch me using, but I don't think that they're just terrible. Like, they're not bad because I just think objectively they're bad. They're more just colors that I believe aren't that, they don't fit me well. So in D tier I have let's put sign in there too. And these, you know, again, none of these are really in that much of an order. The only ones I would say have to be in they're in somewhat of an order would be B tier. But D tier, purple, blue, gray, green, and cyan. Not a whole lot to say about these. Let's go to another character. Let's get Mordex. So cyan, a lighter blue, not too bad. Purple, honestly, it's okay, but again, you're just not really gonna see me using it. It's not my taste. Green. Now it's funny because the green on the tier maker looks a lot better than what's in game, but yeah, green's not horrible. Blue, not that bad. And then last one, gray. Yeah, they all do their job. They're all pretty simplistic, just not really my cup of tea. And then that brings us to what I consider F tier, and that would be, in no order, they're just all bad. Yeah, yellow, brown, orange, and I don't even remember it, heat wave. Now I'll talk about these three. So they're just colors that I don't know, to me they just don't really work on that many characters. They kind of look silly. Maybe like Rayman. Rayman's a character that you can make just about every color work with, but a lot of times when you see people using yellow or brown especially, it's just kind of like, I know one that I would look not that great on. When you see them using these, like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like they're the guys that are just trying to be like trolls or something anyways. You know, they pick the worst color. So yeah, they're just not really that pleasing to look at, in my opinion, and I don't think they really go with any character in the game. Orange, maybe it's a little better, but again, it's like, why would you ever use any of these? But then we get to Heat Wave. Now, Heat Wave, by far the worst event color. When this came out, I thought there was going to be a lot more blue on it. When you look on it, you have that really, really cool like cyan color on the beach ball. And I was like, oh, this is going to be sick. It's going to be a lot of like cyan, a lot of orange, and maybe a lighter red. No, not at all. When you look at it, just compared to the other ones, like, this is probably the most cyan you're gonna see on it. Would be a good character to look at. Yeah, like, this is a prime example of why it's like look at Home Team, what I consider to be the best special color. Like, look how the button on his mouth, it has a different color, but then on this it doesn't. It's literally, he's a glob of like this peachy color, and the only blue is on that little heart. So it's just, you know, on Lucian, a character I might use a good amount. I just think it's so bad. It just doesn't really, yeah, it just doesn't do it for me at all. And especially since it's a special event color, the fact that it's just pretty much like such little blue and heavy on the yellow and like peachy color, it really, really ruins it for me. But that is my tier list for colors. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't really know when the next video will come out, but yeah, don't hate me if I put your favorite color somewhere lower than what you think it is. Again, this is just my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.